Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Sue. Today I'm going to make a video about torching your silicone molds. So this is a kitchen torch and I wrap mine in Glad press and seal. You could also wrap in aluminum foil. Don't cover up any of the vents. And I just do this to keep it a little bit cleaner, although you can see the top has some of my evidence from acrylic pouring. But it actually does help a little bit. And here's some butane fuel with a long stem. If you can see the little red stem, it's placed upside down into the opening at the bottom of your kitchen torch, and you press down. I do fill these outside, that way there's no fumes entering the house. And you can learn how to do that. I'm going to just make the video on torching the mold today. So I buy this at Holt Cigar, which is a cigar store. And so you can seek out a cigar store for cans like this. Of course, on, the Amazing Zon, which is Amazon. I just call it that. All right, so here's the mold. I made these. Take your top off. That's a vinyl on top of the glittered resin. This is right here. Is the mold. Bottle opener mold. It has different ones. And this one says Beach, Please. And the back has some glitter. I poured this in stages. Alright, so I just want to talk about that you can torch your molds. I've researched a few of the temperatures. This is the silicone melting point. It melts at 1414 degrees centigrade or Celsius, which is 2577 Fahrenheit. And that's for the silicone. And then look at the temperature of the torch. Here's some torches. It says 1430 Celsius or 2610 Fahrenheit. So about the same temperature it melts. So if I'm torching my mold and I'm getting really close, the temperature of this is going to melt, and it won't melt like water. It'll soften it so much. Because not really, I was reading about silicone. It says it really doesn't melt it, but it weakens it and it will become soft. Well, it will stick to your resin. But there is a way to actually torch your molds. Using a torch like this or similar will actually bring the bubbles up. The bubbles will be attracted to the gases in your torch. And I learned that from Little Lee and Rose. The heating gun doesn't work the same. The heating gun just, pops your bubbles maybe. But you have to get a little bit closer. So this is how, when I turn it on, I don't know if you can see that and hear it. It makes a noise, and I release. So you're going to pour your resin in. So you're doing just one. I seldom do many at a time. I usually just do one. That's just because there's so many stages. I pour with some glitter, and then I might pour another layer, put some more glitter. Sometimes I plan, sometimes I don't. So my hand over here with the glove is about probably 6 inches. So what I want to do is I'm going to turn the torch on, and I'm just going to put it about 6 inches away. The flame right now, and I'll just hold it on an angle. Now I can feel that heat, but it's not terribly hot that I have to remove my glove or my hand. If you're going to go, I'm going to turn it off now. I'm going closer. Going this way, about 2 or 3 inches, you will probably ruin your mold and adhere it to the resin, which is what you don't want. You just want to pop the bubbles. But if you hold it up, I'm just going to hold it on an angle now. It's about 6 inches away. And my hand, it's warm, but it's not hot. And if you just leave it there for about 20 seconds, you'll see, and it would be hard to show on camera, I'm going to turn it off right now. If you hold it about 6 inches away, and you can be the judge, as long as it's not hurting your hand, and you never want to come like that. You don't want to dip in. You just want to have restraint and hold it above. And if you just hold it there, and you can move it slowly back and forth, you will see all the bubbles just go away. And the bubbles will be drawn up. It's almost like the oxygen gets attracted to the gases, which I guess is carbon dioxide from, and there's probably other fuel also in here. I'm not a scientist, so I'm not really talking about the science part of the kitchen torch. I'm just trying to show you that you can hold it for 10 seconds, and you can move it just to the length of your mold, like this. Now I am feeling the heat. You can come up even higher, like 8 inches. And your bubbles will pop. They may not pop explosively, but they will pop gently. And your mold isn't hot at all. It's warm, but you're not going, so you can torch your mold. And I wanted to show this because the kitchen torch is better at popping the bubbles than the heat gun, because of that reaction to the bubbles to the gases in your torch. And what I do when I make, here's a tumbler I had been working on. And when I'm torching my tumbler, I actually get kind of close because it's different. There's nothing's going to stick or melt wrongly. If I have the decal like I have here, I'll hold my torch about 4 inches away or move quickly. That's another thing if you want to. But you still, with this torch, which is approximately 1400 degrees centigrade or Celsius, and it matches the melting point of your silicone. That's when you get in trouble, when you're going really close. You really don't want to get close with this. And I just want to tell you a very quick little story. When I worked at one of the massage chains, because I am a licensed massage therapist, they were talking about the temperature of the hot stone heater or something, and I said, oh, it's, 110 degrees centigrade, and the two girls at the front desk looked at me like, what is she talking about? But I had to run back to the workroom, so I knew they looked at me kind of weird. I'm like, what's going on? Why are they looking at me? And later, when I was leaving for the evening, they said, we didn't know what centigrade was, so we had to look it up on Google, because that's what I was taught. Obviously I'm showing my age, but centigrade is really Celsius. So if you hear anybody say that, don't be confused. That's what it is. So, guys, listen, I really appreciate you tuning in. I hope that you will now take a minute and just hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. I want to make more videos for you. Leave me a comment and let me know what you'd like to see, because I'm probably going to show some videos on tumbler making and some of the other techniques that I know that have really helped me. So again, I appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon.